begin. So let's say this cafeteria is a prison. And let's say all this, over time, the number of people in here doubles, which is what's happened in California in every system. Under my opponent's plan, we would have reform to make sure that you all get clean underwear and enough drinking water. Under my partner's plan, and the plan that we've come up with, we would make sure that we aren't overfilling this cafeteria with people, and that we can handle the number of people that are residing here in prison. Because basically, in America's prison system today, we have a lot of issues with overcrowding and really a wide variety of problems that we have to fix and that both sides are in agreement on. But we have to look to the idea that simply reforming the prison system to make sure everybody gets clean underwear, that's not really attacking the root of the issue, and that's not really giving us a long-term solution to what's grown as a problem in the United States, especially in areas like California. And really what we see is that at the base of this debate, we have to look to what, as my opponents have posed as the question for this round, what side offers a better plan to help the people and the public? But I'd like to say, in response to this question, that in America, we want to have a prison system that's effective and that allows people, that means that offenders go to jail and the response fits the crime. It simply doesn't make sense to put twice as many people in this cafeteria and overload the system when we have better alternatives, like putting them in halfway houses. My opponents have mentioned that it's expensive to buy houses and fill them with millions of people that would be residing in them, but I would say that you have some upfront costs, just like any system, and both pro and con can offer to you this evening. But essentially, over the long term, when you have these halfway houses and systems that are tailored to the crimes people commit, you have a better response. And that's what we're looking for in this debate. Essentially, we all agree that criminals do bad things, but some crimes that are committed are worse than others. If I go to that mural and spray paint Go Wilton, I did something bad. But if somebody goes and murders a shopkeeper during a robbery, they did something worse. And there has to be an appropriate response to each crime, which is why we can't just say, you committed a crime that was violent or non-violent, you're going to prison for some amount of time, whether it's 40 years or whether it's 6 months or 10 years or whatnot. Basically, crimes have to fit the punishments, have to fit the crime, which is why we have to look to what system works best, and that's why the plan that my partner and I are proposing works best. Because my opponents seem to believe that non-violent criminals are dangerous to society and they should be locked up and we would risk American lives under our plan. But essentially, we are tailoring our response to crimes that are going to happen, whether we are operating under an affirmative or negative plan. We're tailoring the response to the level of crime committed. Vandalism does not need an equal location of incarceration as somebody who committed arson or rape or murder. So in essence, at the end of the day, as my opponents have brought up, what side does help the American people and what side keeps them safe? Well, what's the side that has, we're spending money just as my opponents would have to spend to reform. And what my partner and I would like to do is to create a system where people have responses to the crimes they commit, which are appropriate to basically the level of violence they propose. Somebody like Bernie Madoff, which is a very contentious issue in this round, does not pose a threat to America. Nobody's going to invest in him again. He's an old man, and I know that opponents have said that that's why we're letting him off, but essentially, we have to realize that some criminals are worse than others, and we really have to, we cannot just put a blanket statement that because they committed a bad crime, we essentially have to incarcerate them. And my opponents have mentioned in their second contention that this would be a miscarriage of justice, but in fact, it's better to allow criminals to be in an appropriate environment and help America and victims heal. And in essence, that's why the affirmative plan is best. Thank you very much for your time.